In collaboration with Cross Rhythms Radio, University of Staffordshire is delighted to welcome some of the finalists of this year's University of Staffordshire Business Awards to the studio for some interviews. Now, this morning, we have with us Sarah Sambrooks from Alice Charity. Now, Alice Charity is a finalist in the Business in the Community Charity section of the Business Awards. So I'll just hand over to Sarah, who can tell us a little bit about her role and what she does at Alice Charity.
So I am the support services manager at Alice Charity, and what that means is anything sort of in the back end system, so any of the marketing, any of the social media, anything needs fixing, all the IT equipment, all the premises stuff, that sort of sits on me. So I allocated that role so the rest of the staff can concentrate on delivering the really important services in the community.
So you're the person who gets everything done behind the scenes?
Yes, a little bit. It can have some pressure on it, but it's all really good, and it's a really, really rewarding job.
How long have you worked there now?
So just over 2 years I've worked there. The charity was founded back in 2011.
Yes.
And I joined just over 2 years ago, and lots and lots of stuff's happened. There's been lots of developments in the charity, which are all really, really exciting.
Now, there might be some people listening in today, hard to believe, that may never have heard of Alice Charity. So would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, so we've got sort of three core projects that sit under the Alice Charity. So the first one is our People's Pantry. That's really, really self-explanatory. We offer 3-day emergency food parcel to people who are in need. People can self-refer. We can take referrals from other professionals and from schools. We've got parent and toddler groups, which are all fully funded, so the service users don't actually have to make any payment, and we've got 9 of those running across the city.
Okay.
So there's going to be one local to everybody, because we've literally got them spread out across the city, and they are all looking at child development, making sure the child's school ready, and just giving parents an opportunity to bond with their children, as well as for the children and the parents to make friends in their local area as well, to help and build that support network. And then you've got our family services team, and that's where all the magic happens. So it's really, really difficult to explain what family services is, because it depends what the family needs it to be. So for one family, it could be that they need somebody to advocate for their children by going into schools and getting the right support in place. It could be that a parent has fled domestic abuse and they need help to learn how to pay the bills. They need to get the children to move schools because they've had to move really, really quickly.
Yes.
It could be that the children are struggling with mental health and the parents don't know what to do to support them, and everything in between, and it all really, really depends on what the family need it to be, as to what it is. So it's really, really difficult without sort of giving you lots and lots and lots of examples to explain what it is.
It sounds like it's really bespoke for everybody that uses the service. You find out what they need, what would improve the lives of those children, and you find a way to make that happen.
Yes, that's probably the best way to put it, yes.
So sometimes that might be a physical item. You have some some service users who don't have, for example, beds for children, don't you?
Yes, we do. So there's lots and lots of things that we give out. We make sure, though, that we are offering the support to make sure they don't have a repeat of that situation.
Yes.
So it's not that people could just ring us up and go, oh, my fridge freezer's broke, I need some support, I can't get a new one. That's not I know a few years ago, and sort of in COVID, that was common practice, but now it's like, right, okay, let's get to the root cause. Why can't you afford to get yourself a washer or a fridge freezer? What can we do to support you? Are you not on the right benefits? Are you spending far more than you need to getting your children to school because they're all the way across the city? Can we get the children moved to school? And we look at lots and lots of different things to make sure that when they don't need us anymore, they're okay to sort of
They can support themselves.
Yes, so they can support themselves, and they don't need that consistent support. And some people we might support just for a couple of weeks, because it might just be something really, really simple and straightforward. But some people we support for 6 weeks, 6 months, a couple of years. It just depends how long they need us and what's brought them to us. Because some people that have come to us have faced a lot of trauma.
Yes.
And that's not something that's easily fixed in a couple of weeks. But some people just need an advocate at school because the children's got diagnoses, but they're not on the SEND register, they haven't got any HCP, and they just need somebody who knows what they're talking about to fight the corner.
Yes.
And like I say, others have gone through horrific trauma, and that's what's brought them to us, and they need support for a bit longer.
Every family you work with has young children, is that right?
Yes. We only support people who have a child in the household, and that person must be sort of under the age of 18.
And that's right across Stoke-on-Trent and also into Newcastle-under-Lyme?
Yeah, Stoke-on-Trent and Newcastle-under-Lyme. In parts of Stoke-on-Trent we do offer an early help service as well, which is level 2, because the statutory threshold is so high for social work intervention that by the time it meets the criteria, the problem is so big.
Yes.
We try and be that bit beforehand so we can get the problem when it's a little bit smaller, and we work with lots and lots of other organisations. We do work with social services, we do work with councils, we work with corporates, and we also work with lots of other organisations in the voluntary sector as well, and we'll do the bits that we're good at to get the family the right support, and we're just there sort of bringing everybody together to make sure that family's got the support they need.
And some of the work you do is sort of sprinkling magic on life, isn't it, for those families? So I remember reading that hundreds of children had Santa Claus arrive because of Alice Charity.
Yes, they did. So I despair and love Christmas at Alice in equal measures. It's very stressful. I am exhausted by the time I get home. But last year, Santa Claus went to all of our parent and toddler groups and gave all of the children there a gift, and all the parents a gift as well.
And that's hundreds, isn't it?
Yeah, hundreds, which is really nice. And not only that, but we sent out just over 5,700 gifts to 1,400 families last year.
Wow.
So they're all children that would potentially have woken up on Christmas morning with nothing. And not only that, but we delivered 28, I think it was, Christmas hampers. So we didn't get people to come to us for Christmas dinner. What we did 2 days before Christmas, all the staff rocked the Santa hats. We're up at like 6 o'clock in the morning putting food parcels together, and we went and literally delivered a box with turkey, pigs and blanket stuffing, all the vegetable trimmings, some desserts, and everything that they need so they could cook a Christmas dinner in the home for normality for these children, because that's really important. So we give them everything so they were the same as all the other children. So when they went back to school in January, it's like, oh, what did you have for Christmas? What did you do? They did things all the other children in the class had done,
yes,
which was really nice. And we do sort of the same sort of thing at Easter as well, not on the same sort of scale, but I think it was over 2,500 eggs we give out Easter just gone as well to children who perhaps wouldn't have had an Easter egg either. So again, it's that normality for the children and making them so that they're not different. There's not anything that sort of stands out. Oh no, I didn't get an Easter egg, because they did.
Yes.
And it's really nice. And like I say, it's really stressful when you're in the thick of it and you've just got stuff turning up and going out. But it's so rewarding.
So where does Alice get its funding from?
All different places. So we have some private donations, we have corporate donations, we apply for grants, and then we do get some funding off the council to deliver the early help service within the southeast of Stoke-on-Trent.
So thinking specifically about the business awards, lots of businesses are obviously enter that and are involved with that. You have businesses that work with you that do corporate events potentially, or that through their corporate social responsibility they give to you.
We do. So we get some that come and volunteer. Volunteering is massive for us, particularly in December, because of the whole Christmas thing. We can accommodate more volunteers, and then we get some that host their own events. So we've had an organisation that's done a Gunge the Boss. So everybody paid, I think it was £2 for a plate of fresh cream, and they just got to put it in the boss. People paid £1 to vote, and for every sort of vote that they got, the one with the most, the boss or the CEO with the most votes got gunged. We've got an organisation who's done a charity football match. It's got 2 sister companies and they played each other, and that was at Stoke Stadium, and that raised about £10,000, which was phenomenal. That organisation's also doing, I think it's a 350-ish mile bike ride, which is going to happen in Morrison's foyer next month as well. So all sorts of stuff like that. And we've got some organisations that just send us a donation every month, which is fantastic. And there's lots and lots of ways which businesses can get involved.
Great. And if anybody's listening into this or potentially watching the video on social media when it's shared, how can they find out more? How can they potentially get involved?
So they can email us at info@alicecharity.org. They can give our office a call on 01782 615 07838, and they can ask to speak to either myself, which is Sarah, or any other member of the team, and they'll more than happily answer any questions.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.